Good day, friends. New project day. And how do I start this? I could start by saying I've got something really nice in today, but I always start like that. You'll notice the Canada flag's down. The wife's back. She's been back 2 days. What a brilliant time we've been having. But I'm now back in the shop full time. We're cracking on with work, and I'm going to show you the guitar I've got in on the bench right now. And there you go. What an absolute cracker this is. You'll get some idea what it is once I show you the back. Now you're going to know that's an Ibanez now. It's an Ibanez, it's a Prestige. What a beautiful guitar. But this has had an unfortunate accident. And we don't know exactly what's happened to it. But what we have is a load of indentations in these frets all down here. On about 5 or 6 frets all down this end on these 3 strings. It looks like the guitar has been slammed on something. And the strings have gone into the frets. And the frets, we haven't had it, but you're not going to see it right now, but take my word for it, I'll show it when I've got strings off. But there are indentations on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 frets. These frets, all these frets from here to here, indentations where the strings have hit. So what I'm going to do is, luckily, we can just get away with doing a fret level. So I'm going to do, this is going to be having a complete fret level, and the frets are going to be completely recrowned. Now, the nice jumbo frets on here, I won't say they're as far as 3mm wide, but they're not far off here. Now, there is a bit of weight anyway, so this guitar will benefit from having a fret level. So I'm going to give it complete fret level, complete skim. Once I've flattened my frets, I'll be recrowning them all again. They'll all get a polish. There is also a problem with this pickup. It keeps dropping in. Now, it's body mounted, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the holes in the body, get some dowel in there, or some epoxy or some wood glue, and I'll re-drill the holes and we'll make that pickup work normal. It's also going to have a complete setup. New client here, so we're going to treat him right. He says everything, this tremolo and everything is set up as it ought to be. I will check the intonation. If I don't have to touch that, even better. But I'll give it all a clean anyway. There's quite a bit of dust and grime all in there. As you can see, the strings are pretty, that's a bit of dust and grime all in there. The strings are filthy. They're all black here. So we're going to put a new set of, I think it says it wants a set of 9s on there. So we're going to put some early ball slinky pinks on there. Bab, 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 bab. And that's what I'm going to do. So what I really need to do with this is, look at the beautiful, beautiful sparkle paintwork. I don't know if you're going to get it in this light. It's on light, but it's a fabulous sparkle. And this is that lovely Ibanez colour. You know, Ibanez were doing that, like we did a 2-tone guitar a few years back. Was it with Xyphos? And you changed it in the light and it looked purple one way and green the other and all sparkly and everything. Absolutely brilliant. So Ibanez do fantastic paintwork, don't they? But what a lovely, lovely guitar. So we're going to treat this with respect. We're going to get it done all right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the strings shortly, or when I've stopped videoing. I'm going to have a look at it and we're going to work on that pickup there. We'll see, we'll check that. But I'll come back and I will show you how things look with the guitar. I don't like this. I don't like these putting the ball ends at this end. I don't do it. I just do it proper. So I'm going to do it proper when I do it anyway. I suppose doing that way, no, you're not going to get it, but you're not going to get it. Just ignore what I was thinking there. Just totally ignore it. You don't even know what I was thinking. I'm not going to continue it. I'm going to take that thought away. I'm going to move on. So that's it. I'm going to crack on. Going to get strings off. Going to check it all over. I will come back and give you an update shortly. Right, now I've got the neck off the guitar. I can probably show you what I'm talking about, and it's nothing major, it just is, well, it is major because it's a problem that needs fixing. Look at the frets. If you want to zoom in on here, got indentations where the strings have been somehow slammed in, and they are, it goes from fret 12 on the B string down to the G string and up to the E string, all across all of these frets here. I really don't know what you can see. I don't think the light's that fantastic. Maybe you could pause, stop zooming. I don't know, but take my word for it. The owner knows they're there, and over there. So there's enough meat left on these frets. It's probably just over 1mm there to skim over them. Now the thing is with this, there might be 11 frets got indentations in, but I need to take 0.2mm off these 11. Can't take 0.2mm off these frets and not touch these. They've all got to have the same amount of material removed. And it means when I've skimmed over them all, with level beam, where we have this crown here, the D shape, we're going to flatten the tops and I need to put that crown back in again. So it's about It's a 4 or 5 hour job this, from start to finish, with the setup. So I'm going to remove all the hardware. Tuners might be able to stay on. I might just get away with keeping them on. You need to take the nut off. Nut's got to come off, lock-in nut. And I'll get this, I'll bolt this with its own bolts to the to a piece of MDF. And this will act as the body. It's a body substitute. And then what I'll do is I'll get it all strapped up on the neck jig over there, which is just behind me where my hand is. Get it all strapped up on there and can do a proper precision level. Because at the end of the day, we need it done right. And not that I've ever been lackadaisical on my work, but I've started taking more care on my fret levels. I've done one today. I had a Japanese, believe it or not, a Japanese Stratocaster, but it was a Squire, Japanese Squire Strat. And I gave that a fret level, and I wasn't quite happy with the nut, the way I cut the nut, so I decided to change the nut. And when I looked at it, I thought, I could do polish them frets a little bit. I mean, I actually had two polishers from start to finish, so probably a 7 hour job on that one. But the bloke's come and picked it up today. He's absolutely over the moon with it, and what a wonderful guitar it is. So all guitars I have in now, I've got to get that same care and attention. I'm going to make my levels like it's been plecked, absolute precision, because that's how I want it to be. Because I've built up this good reputation for myself over the last few years. I want to keep it up there, and I want to move it up a step. You know, just step up a little bit now. I think it's time for me just to progress a bit and move on and move forward, and take this take Fretfriend to where it really ought to be, and that's right up there. You know, with the best of the best, which is what we're all about. So that's it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it all strapped up. Probably not today. I'm going to a gig tonight. I'm not going to tell you where. I'm going to a beer festival and a gig. And a couple of my friends are playing at this gig tonight. A couple of my Christian friends. So it's going to be a great thing. We're going to have a good gathering. We're going to have a couple of beers. We're going to have a good laugh. And that is going to be that. So I'm wrapped up for today. So I'll check back tomorrow. And we'll move on with this. So, just before I crack on with the fret levelling, I've removed the nut, I've removed the truss rod cover. Great to see a proper truss rod adjuster. It's exactly the same as a Gibson type adjuster there, where you need to use an actual socket. Much better than the hollow, you know, the hexagonal keyhole that you have to put a key in there. I much prefer that. So anyway, this being the Prestige model, made in Japan, it's got RGA 220 stamped on there and some other lettering after the 220. So is that the model number of it? I don't know. I just want to show though, and highlight, these are the frets at this end all have indentations. These frets at this end are all pretty well worn, not mega worn, but they have some wear on them. So doing a complete fret level across the lot is absolutely the best idea. I would imagine we're going to be removing about 1/5 of a millimetre, or 0.2 of a millimetre. So I'm going to crack on with that. I'm going to affix the neck itself to a piece of MDF. I've already explained, to be a substitute for the body. I'll be able to line 3 of the holes up on the neck with holes I already have in here. So I'm going to get it all bolted to that. We'll get it up on the jig, and I've already straightened the neck. I've been across with a notched straight edge, like so. I've got my neck straight, blah 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 blah. That's just how I need it to be for levelling my frets. So I can commence with levelling the frets. I'll be going over with 240 grit sandpaper on a flat levelling beam. You know how it all works by now, you should do. Levelling beam, ground flat edges, piece of 2B1 steel. We've got 400 grit that side, 240 grit this side. We'll remove the main material with the 240 grit. Once I've got enough material removed, I'll smooth it over with the 400 grit just to remove some of the scratches, and then we'll move on to re-crowning. So let me get all set up, get everything all on the jig, and we can move on, or we can crack on, can't we? Right, apologies if you can hear the washing machine in the background. I'm about to put a wash on, but let's move on. I've got the neck strapped to the jig, all strapped in there. I use a piece of MDF as a replacement body with the neck screwed to that piece of MDF. I have the neck set straight. I've got all supported steel rods underneath, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have the 0 dials all zeroed out. So if this neck moves at all, I will know about it. Just bear with me a second. And there we go. We have levelling beam, 240 grit side, 400 grit side. I'm going to go with the 240. I've marked all of the frets with black marker pen, just so I know I'm hitting everything at the same time, because some frets might actually be high anyway. I've not actually checked for high frets, so we're going to level all these frets. And I already know I've got some high frets because not all the frets are being hit with the beam. Well, not all here as I now we are. Now, I've removed a fair bit of material, no, not a fair bit, I removed quite a bit, but these frets are still not being touched. So that would say to me that some of these frets are a little bit high. If I just carry on doing this, we are going to bring them lower anyway. I'm not pressing on here, I'm letting the beam do the work. We will eventually get down to all the frets anyway. You can see the frets flattening. Oh, excuse me. Now, just a couple of frets not being touched there. I'm going to brush this beam. Actually really getting there. All these frets are silver, right up to a couple here, and all these are silver. So I would say we've got a high fret either here or here somewhere. So we're going to bring it down anyway. We're going to bring the lot down anyway. So just keep going. We will get there. We have just about removed all of the indentations at this end. A little bit more to do. Just a little bit here. We're not touching at the moment, so I'll get that. Where did I bring the brush? I'll bring the brush over. Getting to a stage where I more or less need to change this piece. It's almost flat now. I'm going to go with the 400 side. I'll swap both sides together. So. So all the frets are silver. We've just about got rid of everything now. We're taking these really quite low. We've still got enough material to crown, so we're not worried about anything there. But I wouldn't want to be taking these much lower. So let's give it a brush. Looking pretty good. There's just one indentation there. One and a couple of indentations there. So if I just carry on just at this end slightly, it should be just about done. Cleaned up rather nicely. Really good. One indentation there, one left there, one there, one there, and that is about it. Back up to 400. I think we are just about there. There's all the indentations gone, and all the fretwear down this end is also gone. So we now have level frets. Okay, that's really not bad at all. So now I'm going to need to crown these. We've still got just under 1mm of fret left there, but the frets are all level. So now what I've got to do is I'm going to get all ready for re-crowning. That's going to be the next part of the job. So I'm going to crack on with it. So I've been across the frets with a fret rocker. The frets are level all the way on. Why wouldn't they be? You just see me level all of the frets. I've also measured the fret height with a caliper. Not the easiest thing to do because you don't get a true exact reading because you have to move the caliper with, and the neck gets a little bit thinner or thicker at one end. So I'm going to try and measure from here. I've got a fret height of 20.42 and a fingerboard height of 19.35, so it gives a 1.07 difference. So I would say it's 20.53 there, and it's 19.65 there. So I would say we've got at least 1mm of fret along the whole length of the fingerboard. That is absolutely, that's plenty there for crowning. I would not want to crown anything much less than 0.8mm. So we've done good there, and we have enough meat left on the frets to do a complete recrown. So that is what I'm going to do next. I'll move it onto another table. I think, I don't know whether to put the neck back on the guitar or leave it on here yet. I've not decided yet. I may. See, if this is going to cause a problem, it's going to be easier if it's on the guitar. So I think I will put the neck back on the guitar, then we're going to move on to getting these crowned. Good morning, friends, and you'll see I have a camera concentrated on this area here. I have 3 more frets left to crown. By crown we mean where I've levelled the frets, where they're now flat on the top, we need to put that curve or that arc back in the crown that goes this way in basically a D shape. Because I've levelled the frets, I've flattened them And we now need to get the curve back because we need a minimal contact area between the fret and the string. Where the string touches the fret, we need a nice curved top. We need the string just to hit the top of the fret, not the whole flatness. So we're going to get rid of the flatness, and what we're going to do is I'm mainly going to use a slotted or a grooved file. It's got grooves at both sides. I've got a 3mm side and a 2.5mm side. I'm going to use a 2.5mm side. Now normally I would use a 3-cornered file and take it off this way, but I'm not doing that today. The reason I'm not doing that is these frets are quite low. I've removed quite a bit of material. They're not as low as you can go, but they are quite low, and they're quite a wide fret, so it's going to be easy for me to get that arc in there using the purpose-built file for that. And it's just a matter of taking your time, always cleaning the file. I've already cleaned the files, by the way, because I've been working for an hour this morning anyway. And basically it's just really easy. I'm just going to try not to go like that because we don't want to take corners off, we don't want to remove extra material, but all we're going to do is just slide it across, follow the curve or the radius of the neck. And these don't need that much work because we've not had a great load of material removed. It's just a matter of working a thin line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera in because you'll see the line's quite thick there. If I zoom in just a little, I've already set it up so we concentrate just on these 3 frets. There's quite a thick black line of marker pen still there. Always cleaning the area, always cleaning the file. Take my word for it, I'm cleaning the file. Because I've zoomed in, you're not seeing so much now. And again, and because this file has a curve, it will not hit the top of the fret, but it will hit the sides, and we're going to put a nice crown in there. Always cleaning the file. You will now see that there are small flakes of metal. Always blow them away. Keep going. As long as we're not touching that black, we're not removing height. It means the frets are going to stay level with each other. There you go. Now once I get to this kind of area where I have got around about 0.5 millimetre of width, I'm going to change files. I'm going to go with the 3-cornered file, and I'm just going to slightly just bring in, remove any burrs there, just angle over, I come in and I angle away, and I just thin that line as much as I can. Move to the other side, no resistance there, but you'll get a bit, as I angle this way, we'll get a little bit of resistance just to get that nice thin line on top. And that is almost done. Clean the file, always clean the files. And now I'm going to use my magic tool, my special tool. This was a gift from Nigel Roberts at leicestershireluthier.co.uk. It's a diamond file. Again, it has a groove, but it has diamond grits in there, and this will smooth off this fret. If you look really carefully, you'll see really tiny filings when I've finished with this one. And this is going to remove any burrs, smooth it all off, ready for the next stage, which will be the polishing. This file we clean in a special way. We take a wet or damp corner and we wipe it with the damp. Then you see it's all the muck come off there, or all the fret gratings, and then we wipe it on the dry, and that is now ready again for the next fret. So we have this one done. Once it is level, once it is crowned, I will check for level. I'll go back one first, then I'll do the one I've just done, and then I'll forward one. A little bit of a high bit on that bit there, don't worry, we're going to get rid of that. So that's beautiful, that's really level, no rock anywhere. I'm going to zoom back out, I'm going to do one more, but I'm going to do it zoomed out so you can get a better idea of how it works. Okay. File 2.5mm side, wet, wipe, dry wipe. Again, wet wipe, dry wipe. Don't know how much you can see from there. That's getting pretty close. Back to 3-cornered file. We're just going to thin this line. Don't know what you can see from there. The light's not brilliant. It's about 7:30 in the morning. But that is just thinning that top line to make the contact area really quite slim. There's a wide fat fret these. Yeah, it's good to do this. Check for level. No rock there anymore. I always take a little bit extra off there, as you'll notice, just to bring it down. We're only talking fractions here. Again, diamond file. Wet. So the wet and the dry. This is just creating that really smooth profile now. And that one is done. I'm going to zoom in just to show you the really fine specks of metal there. There you go, can you see? Gone. That fret is now smooth. Okay, we still need to do the polishing. Check for level. Go back one. Absolutely beautiful. So I know these are all level because I've already checked, well I checked them anyway. Checked them earlier, but these are beautiful. So we have a lovely level neck. All the frets are level with each other with no rock anywhere. I've got this one to do. Then we are going to move on to the polishing. I'll be polishing with 6 different grits of sandpaper, finishing off with steel wool. We'll get this to a high gloss finish, removing all the scratches. Once that's done, the neck can go back on the guitar. We can get some strings on there, we can get it set up, and we can send it back to its owner. So we have now moved over to the fret polishing bench, and all that really is we put the guitar in a guitar vise. We have cushioning each side of the neck, so we don't, even though these are padded anyway, these clamps, we still pad the side even though they already have padding, just to hold the neck tightly, but we're not going to mark the guitar. Now you will see that these frets are already looking quite shiny, and that's because I've already given them a polish. And I'm going over, I've got 4 more grits of paper to do, and it's just a matter of sandpaper. This is 1000 grit. I'm going to finish with 4 more grits. I've got 1000, I've got 1500, I've got 2000, 2500 grits, and it's just a matter of, because we leveled the frets this way, we put scratches in, recrowned them that way, but we still have scratches going slightly that way because the very top thin centre of the frets has not been touched by the file. So what we do is we're going to polish straight across the top of the fret, and not just the top, we also get in at the corners each side, this edge, that edge. It's just a matter of getting all these scratches out. Polishing isn't just getting a shine on them, polishing is also getting them smooth, and we like these to be like glass. So we're just going to go across all of the frets. Like I say, we're going to build up using a finer grit each time. This is 1000 grit. After this one I'm going to move over to 1500 grit, then 2000 grit, then 2500 grit. And the final polish we will do two ways. One, we'll finish off with the finest grade steel wool, which I use always. It's fantastic. It brings a real nice shine. And then I will finish off with a fine polishing rubber. I have one here made by Hosco of Japan, so keeping with the Japanese theme. And this is great stuff, because when I've just polished that with the sandpaper, if I now go over this rubber, watch how much this will shine. It'll bring that shine right out. I'm not a big fan of using rubbers. I have a full set from Crimson Guitars and I don't really use them. I much prefer to use sandpaper for the traditional method, but this actually works quite nicely. And that will bring a nice shine to it. I'll still get a better shine with steel wool, but that is beautiful. So I'm going to crack on with that. 23 more to do, then 3 more grits of paper to do, and I shall come back and show you the result of all this polishing, where you will see that these frets are absolutely gleaming. They'll be like glass. Does make your arms ache, yes. It's hard work. Back soon. Right, fret friends, we are just about there. I'm going close to show you. There are no indentations on any of these frets anymore. I've just finished polishing them. We just need to have a final polish with some finest grade steel wool, but they are done. They look absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice. Really pleased with them. But then again, I will be. It's what I do. Let me just hold that there just so you can see. The frets in question were basically all these up here. Had indentations all on the top 3 string side. So there you go. You'll see now that they're all recrowned, levelled, recrowned, highly polished. So what remains to be done now is need to do a final polishing with steel wool. Just get them a real good shine. We'll give them a real good shine, and then I can put the neck back on the guitar. I'll reset the truss rod and we'll get some strings on and we'll get it set up and we'll see where we are. Really, really pleased. That looks fantastic. So let's crack on. And here we are with the tape all off. I've just lemon oiled the fingerboard, so I'm going to let that soak in for a short while. But here are the frets. I think you'll admit they look really, really good. So really pleased with that. The neck is just about ready to go back onto the guitar. I just need to wipe off the excess lemon oil, blah blah blah, which is not a lemon oil, it's a mineral oil. It's specially formulated for wood, especially for rosewood and ebony, especially formulated by the guitar companies. It's actually a mineral oil with a hint of lemon scent in there just to make it smell nice. It's not lemon oil. Lemon oil would strip the guitar to pieces. What I'm going to do is just wipe all this off. Let it stand for another 10-15 minutes so I can get this back on the guitar. So in the meantime, I'll put that over to the other bench. I'll let that oil do its stuff. And I will move on to the body. Now we did have a problem with this pickup. The screws weren't holding it in, but they are now. And all I did was I did a quick fix. I took some matchstalk and just basically placed it in the holes where the screws screw into. I dropped a little bit of super glue in there, just a dab, just to hold the wood in place, and I reinserted the screws. And what we've done is we've now got a nice tight bond where the screws screw up and down with plenty of resistance here, so the pickup is going to go up and down as it should do. So that is job done. So all I really need to do with this is I'm going to clean the guitar body, and I'll just be using regular guitar cleaner. Just get a bit of guitar cleaner on there just to remove the dull areas, some dull areas around here where the knobs are. I've also got the tremolo to clean up and set up as well, so I'm going to crack on with that lightly. The next time you see this guitar, it's going to have a neck back on and we're going to have some strings on it. It's going to be more or less done. So we are all done, and I think you'll agree, frets look fabulous. Really, really nice. All the ding's gone, frets have been levelled, recrowned, polished. I've also done a mini setup. I've reset the, this is a body mounted pickup, goes straight into the body. The screw threads had widened quite a bit and the pickup wasn't holding in there, so I've fixed that problem as well. And that's it. The setup I've not really had to touch because the owner said the setup's fine, so I've not touched it. Personally, I'd like the action a bit lower on that low E string, but I'm leaving it as it is. Everything looks fantastic. So I'm going to put it back in its case, and as a favour, because the guy doesn't have any transport, I'm going to run this over to his house for him. I'm going to return it free of charge, which is fantastic. So that's it. That is this project done. I have other projects lined up. In fact, I've got plenty of projects lined up. I was going to work this afternoon, but I might not because the cricket's on. See it behind me. England, India, final test. Might watch a bit of that, don't know. Probably will do a bit of work anyway, but that's it. Like I say, this project is finished. So, as always, just before I do go, keep checking my websites out, fretfriend.co.uk. Not anything on there, nothing's changed. I've not got around to building it properly yet, but it does have an opening page. Best place to catch me and my work is on Facebook, facebook.com/NGONESEVEN. That's facebook.com/NG17. I am Victor Christian. This is Fret Friend. I'm signing off for now. So until next time, boys and girls, be good to each other, and I will see you soon.